Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you another week's weekly reading vlog. So it is Monday night, it's rather late right now, and I don't actually have any updates for you because I had a busy day at work and then I've spent my entire evening getting ready for the lovely Victoria to come and visit tomorrow. She's going to be getting here about lunchtime. I am sadly working all of this week, but she's basically just going to exist in my presence while I work, and I absolutely love that she wants to do that. Clearly she is going to go out and explore the town. I don't know whether she's vlogging. If she is, I will link you to her vlog, or whether it's just in her monthly vlog, I don't know, but I will link you to her antics while she was here if it is up already. If not, I will add it at a later date. I don't know why I'm talking about this still. I'll link her. But yeah, she's coming tomorrow, so I have spent a while. I get so paranoid, and I'm sure some of you guys feel like this too, but I just want everyone to feel comfortable in my space. I want everyone to feel like they can relax and be comfy. So that to me means deep cleaning. Not deep cleaning, like I've not been scrubbing bleach everywhere, but there has been some bleach involved. I just want everything to be as tidy and clean as I can have it. So I've done a lot of tidying. It would be a great time to listen to an audiobook, which is a very similar sentence I said at the end of last week's weekly reading vlog, but instead I've had a 2010s dance playlist on, and cleaning is so much more fun when you're dancing to Poker Face. Like, I just can't tell you. I can't justify that. So it's now pretty late. I need to shower and go to bed because yeah, I need to get up early. I've got some early morning meetings, and then Victoria will be here at some point in the afternoon. I think we're just gonna have a movie night and like relax tomorrow. Do I have any 2-player card games? Maybe not. I should have picked a movie. I should be more ready for this. But yeah, she's gonna be here within the next 18 hours. So I have things to do. So yeah, shower, bed, early morning, and hopefully some good content, especially if Victoria's filming too. It makes it so much easier when someone else that you're with is filming content, because you are like encouraged to pick up your camera because they're also doing it. You just need to hold each other accountable. So that is the plan. We'll see how it goes. Hello. It is now Wednesday, lunch-ish. It's about to turn 12. And I am incredibly, like, I'm in such a good mood. So Victoria is here. She's not physically here right now. She's gone out shopping while I work and for a bit of an adventure around the town. So yeah, I've just absolutely loved hanging out with her last night. We just sat and talked for hours. We're talking like 5 hours of talking. And obviously everyone who knows me knows that that is an easy feat for me. But yeah, it's just so nice to hang out with her. We were gonna like watch a movie, do loads of things, and we just talked. So yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And today she's gone for a mooch around town, and we're heading out for an escape room and some dinner later. So obviously I can't film the escape room, but I should get some Victoria content in the vlog before she heads home, which she's gonna do tomorrow. I've been listening to my audiobook while I worked. So I started, actually, tell a lie, I was 30% through Catching Fire at the start of this month. I'd read it on my way back from America, I think. And then I had a bit of time this morning while Victoria was reading in bed and I was awake. I slept out here last night. So I just had like a minute this morning where I didn't want to disturb her. So I just read a little bit of Catching Fire and I got so into it again. And then I thought, screw it, I'm gonna switch to the audiobook and I'm gonna finish it off. So Kindle audiobook, and then I will hold up the physical book to show you that I finished Catching Fire. And I am so glad. I just wanted to start reading this again today. 5 stars. This book is absolutely fantastic, and I cried through the ending. I teared up at many moments of this book, whether I was reading it audibly or on the Kindle. The only thing I would change about these books is it says that The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is soon to be a motion picture, and you can't get that off. That's the only thing I don't like about these editions, but they are so cool, and I have the matching box set thanks to Oz of the first 4. So yeah, I'm so happy that I read this again. I've had a fantastic time with it. I just think The Hunger Games can really do no wrong. Like, well, maybe I've heard bad things about Songbirds and Snakes, but overall The Hunger Games can do no wrong. So I do need to move on to Mockingjay. I'm not sure that I want to start it now. I think I need to do like a little bit more like concentrated work, maybe have some music on in the background, maybe even silence. So I don't think I can read Mockingjay yet. But yeah, this I had a fantastic time with. If you're one of those people out there who has avoided the Hunger Games hype and is trying to continue avoiding it, I would just give in, because they really are fantastic books and I absolutely love them. So for now, put this one away. That is 2 books finished this month and it's the 9th never mind. I just click record and then see what happens. But I am here with Victoria. Hello. I did mention you earlier so that they know that you're here.
Hi.
We are currently outside of the escape room because we're very early. Probably go in a minute actually. But we're about to escape the Pharaoh, I think it is.
We're going to try.
We're going to try and escape a Pharaoh. I don't know why we keep going out of focus, but we'll never mind. I think we have to return an amulet to a Pharaoh's tomb. Are you feeling confident?
No. I've never done this before. It'll be a good laugh.
I have done it before and failed spectacularly every time, so we'll see.
Given that I walked 5 miles out of my way today with Google Maps.
Yeah, you did do that.
It's not my smartest day.
The IQ has dropped just today. But no, we'll try our best.
It'll be fun. We'll give it a try.
I wish that we could film some to be like, this is what it looks like, because that would be cool content.
That would be fun.
But unfortunately, we can't do that.
We might still be in there. When
we
this
might.
goes up.
We genuinely might.
She might have to upload this from inside there.
Connect to the Wi-Fi on my camera. But yeah, maybe it's gonna work. Yeah. We'll try. We'll let you know how it goes. Yeah, it is vlogception. I'm just zooming in and zooming in and zooming in. So, did I ask Victoria to film anything before she left? No, I didn't. In update, we did get out of the escape room. I personally feel like, having done a few escape rooms before, we might have had a little bit too much help to count it. But Victoria's still very proud, so from her opinion, and I will take hers, we were successful. It was so much fun, and I genuinely feel like me and Victoria worked really well as a team. She said the same, but there's just something about, like, I think certain personalities don't work well in an escape room together. I feel like you get frustrated, I feel like you struggle, but we were just looking at each other like, what on earth is going on? And I won't spoil it because it is an escape room that operates around the country, but I did have to lie in a tomb at one point, and me and Victoria looking at each other like, I'm not getting in. And she's like, well, she said she wasn't, I said I wasn't, so obviously I ended up getting in the tomb. We also then went for Mexican food after. It was so nice. I just really had such a good time hanging out with her. She's such a lovely woman, and I always say that. Every time I mention Victoria, I'm telling you guys how amazing she is. But genuinely, such a lovely person. If you do not follow her content now, I don't know why not. Go and give her a follow, go and give her some love. She is just fantastic. So, Victoria has gone home. I am still working today, and I've just finished the audiobook for Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. I wasn't going to carry straight on with the Hunger Games books, but just I really wanted to have something to listen to, and I'm actually like really debating starting the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes right now. So this one, I had an iffy feeling about it, and as I was about 2/3 of the way through, I was getting really bored, and I thought, oh my god, did I give this 5 stars the first time? No, I didn't. I gave it 4, and I said that the action was really boring and confusing, and I was lost, but I loved the ending. So I was like, okay, I'll hold out. And then I did sob through the ending. So I've stuck with a 4-star rating. I definitely feel like a lot of the middle can get cropped out. I don't like, I don't know, we're finishing up a dystopian world, and I feel like I don't want to spoil anything just in case someone hasn't read this yet. There is something that happens very tragically, and that's where I think the good story starts again. But everything up to like a political takeover of the capital, it's just not fun to me. So I was a little bit bored throughout that part of the story, but the ending was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I cried like a baby. So 4 stars for this one. Do I start reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes right now? Because I have the audiobook, so I could just start listening. I think I might try and stick with the radio for a few hours today, try and get off a bit of an audiobook kick. But while I'm enjoying them, like, I don't know why I'm not reading them. So maybe that. I am going to try and read the entirety of a book tonight. We will get onto that a little bit later, but I need to tell you that I finished this one and that we successfully escaped the curse of the Pharaoh, or whatever it was. Hello. It's Friday morning, and I'm really trying to get in the mood of like getting out of bed early and getting stuff done. It's not working amazingly well. It's currently 7:30, so I have an hour until I start work, which isn't awful. I have some time to chill. I've already like emptied the dishwasher and boring stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really trying to motivate myself to actually get out of bed and get moving. I did start reading The Dead Romantics last night. I put up a poll on Instagram of which book should I read first, and The Dead Romantics won. So I'm up to page 75. I wasn't in a crazy reading mood, but I did want to get this started, and I enjoyed the first 75 pages. It wasn't feeling like 5-star vibes yet, but we'll see, because I did really love The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. So yeah, I'm gonna go sit on the sofa now and try and read for another half an hour before I have to get started in here and do some actual work for the day. So I would assume that none other of my friends have developed a liking for Moonpig gifting, so I would assume that this box is from Victoria. If it is from Victoria, she's in a hell of a lot of trouble, because she also bought me dinner on Wednesday night. Thank you for having me to stay this week. I had the best time and really appreciate you hosting. Lots of love, Victoria. Why is she this nice? Like, is she... Oh wow, oh my god, okay. I assume there was a pot for this. I've just tipped this upside down. It's my fault. I will rescue the situation. Stop it, this is actually adorable. I just accidentally tipped it upside down and made it a hell of a mess. It's very wobbly at the moment because I just shimmied it out the pot and I need to put it back properly. But look at this little, it's a little bee cactus. Why is she this cute? I'm gonna be having words, but this is adorable.
So I have decided to have no shame, and I'm sat outside in the communal car park with my camping chair because it's like 20 degrees right now. The sun is shining and I'm not wasting a minute of this. So I'm doing reading sprints at 7. I can't really go very far, so I thought sit outside in the sun, read my book. I've got like a cream soda. Yeah, I've decided to have no shame.
Hello, it is Sunday, no it's not, it's Saturday afternoon into evening, and I was just about to film my May TBR because I know I've got to do it early anyway and I know all the books I'm going to be reading, so I thought I may as well just get it done while I had the motivation and while I had some time. And then I found out that Escape the Readathon is going to be announced at 6 PM. So actually it's 5:27. And I've never taken part in Escape the Readathon before, but Manda Maid, who does amazing journals, and I've literally said that in a very recent video, or maybe the next one you see. Anyway, she did an amazing spread for it and it looked fantastic, and it just looked like so much work goes into this readathon that I thought I would stick around and check out the announcement. Whether I decide it's something I want to be doing, we'll see. I am going to be away in May. Amazingly, I go back away to see Cole in less than 6 weeks now, so I need to be a little bit picky on what books I read, but I do have 4 definites and some TBR jars to pick from. So yeah, I'm gonna watch that readathon announcement and see what I think. I will link the announcement below anyway because I've mentioned it, but I don't know whether at this exact moment it's going to be one I take part in. However, book updates, because yeah, I was gonna carry on, but let's update you on some books first. I finished The Dead Romantics last night and I've given this 4 stars. I did really enjoy this. I just don't think it was absolutely everything I wanted it to be a 5-star read. So we're following Florence, and Florence is an author. She is a ghost writer for a very popular author, and at the start of this book she meets the new editor of her books, Benji. A very interesting thing about Florence is that she can see ghosts. She communicates with the dead to kind of fulfill their last wishes of things they want done. So when her dad unfortunately dies, she has travelled across the country and she is greeted by the ghost of her new editor, who has been in a horrible accident. So then she is dealing with the loss of her dad while also kind of starting to get feelings for a ghost, and I did really enjoy it. It made me think of The Regrets by Amy Bonifants, which was the first book I read this year, and that was like the same kind of story but from like a literary fiction take, not a contemporary romance take. I did like it. I definitely prefer The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, but I enjoyed this. I will keep it on my shelves for the time being. Whether I have a brutal unhaul and this doesn't quite make the cut, potentially in the future, but for now this was a good read and I did enjoy it. It just wasn't 5-star favourite. And then I'm moving on to another book about death. I have Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is about Elsie, who's Ben. His name's Ben too, weird. Ben goes to pick her up some Fruity Pebbles, and while he goes out to pick up these Fruity Pebbles, he dies. At least I think he's very, very dead. Yes, I'm on page 8 and he seems very dead. So another book about death. I will get into this one. It seems that obviously I was sticking to the pink theme. If you saw my TBR, like all of my spines were matching pink. So I'm sticking with the theme, but I'm also sticking with the death. This probably isn't the completely uplifting book I need to be reading today, but we're gonna go for it. I only have 2 books on my TBR left after this one, and the next one's a buddy read for next week, so I don't really want to start that one early. And then we have a Riley Sager, and I'm not in the mood for twisty thrillers either. So I'm gonna get this done, and I have to finish at least this weekend. I have to. So either I go for The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I think I might listen to that as an audiobook when I work next week, or I'm gonna come over and pick from the TBR jar. But hopefully, I mean, it is only 5:30. I should be able to read this before bed, especially if I get into it. We'll see. Hello, it is Sunday morning and I've just got out of bed, but if I film a vlog clip, will it hold me accountable? That's the plan. So it's, oh my God, it's like 8 o'clock, and what I need to do today, I need to tidy my apartment, clean the kitchen, finish reading Forever Interrupted, edit some vlogs, and start on the next book. Those are the 5 things. I'm going to start off with cleaning. Cleaning makes me feel better when it's done. So this place is going to be spotless again. Everything's going to be clean and tidy. Not that it's got completely chaotic. Victoria left like 3 days ago. But yeah, just need to get that back in like tip-top shape. Oh my God, who am I? And then I will carry on and finish reading my book. I'm halfway through Forever Interrupted. I will leave it until I'm done to give you some thoughts, because weirdly I don't have many thoughts, like 200 pages in. Not enough to like talk about it twice. So yeah. Time to tidy and then prop myself up in my reading chair. Okay, we have moved into lazy hair territory, just while I kind of mope about the house today. I've actually managed to do quite a lot. So I ended up going out and doing some food shopping because I forgot I didn't have any food. And then I have edited 2 videos and scheduled them up for next week. So I have 3 videos going up next week now, which is awesome. And I've sat and finished a whole book. I've finished Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I've settled on 4 stars for this in the end. So this is a very emotionally moving book. We're following Elsie, who marries Ben, and then within the first 10 pages he dies. So we then follow a dual timeline of her dealing with her grief, the loss of her husband, how she's going to move on, relationships with his mother, who had absolutely no idea that he was married, and also we're then going back in the past to learn about how their relationship started, how their relationship was, like how in love they were. So we're dealing with those things side by side. I did really like this book. I did cry at one point. It did really bring some feelings out of me, but overall, like, it just wasn't a 5-star book, and I can't tell you why that is. It just wasn't. I don't think I liked the main character's energy. I don't think I liked her attitude through most of this book. So even when we're not dealing with a grieving woman, like, sometimes you can understand the emotions there and them not being maybe as nice of a person. But I just didn't like her attitude leading up to his death. It just wasn't a character I wanted to get behind. Obviously, Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing always makes every character feel like a real person, and genuinely I want to go to this library that Elsie works in because I feel like it's real. She's very, very good at that, and it's a very good book. As I said, it did make me cry at one point, but I just don't, yeah, for some reason I don't absolutely love it. It's not my favourite of hers. So 4 stars. It was still very, very good. 4 stars is a very, very good rating for me. It just didn't give me the 5-star feels. I was thinking 4.5, and no, it's a 4. It's a 4. So next on the list is the only one left. This is one of the only 2 books I have left on my TBR, so it's time for me to curl up on the sofa and read this one. I realised I still have the TK Maxx sticker on the back of here. This is a heart-pounding gothic thriller from the master of suspense. Everyone believes that Lenora Hope is a mass murderer. When the Hope family was massacred decades ago, she was the only one left alive after that tragic night. Mute, paralysed and confined to a wheelchair, Lenora has never been able to tell her side of the story, until her new living caregiver Kit brings her a typewriter. And with one working finger, Lenora begins to type, "I want to tell you everything." So yeah, I'm sure this is going to be quite a dark dark one. Do I want to pick another book to have on the go so I'm not just dealing with like ultra dark thriller in this like bright day? I'd still feel it's incredibly bright outside. It's have to. Yeah, some reason I want to read something like contemporary as well. I'm starting my buddy read of The Nanny tomorrow, so maybe I should just see how into this I get. If I struggle to read this at all, maybe I will come back and pick a different book, but I'm gonna need to use my TBR jar at some point, at least next week, because I'm running low on options now, finishing my TBR so early in the month. I'm waffling. I'm gonna go read this. And did I finish off the vlog? Of course I didn't. Of course I didn't. It is now Monday evening and I don't have much to update you on, unfortunately, from Sunday night. So I did start The Only One Left and I got 52 pages in. I don't feel any type of way about this right now. Everything that's been said, I was like, wait, that sounds familiar to another Riley Sager book. It's very, very similar to Home Before Dark right now. And that is my favourite Riley Sager. However, reading it basically again is a bit weird. There's a lot of different stuff, so actually yeah, I should start with, we're following Lenora. Well, we're not following Lenora, we're following Kit, who has been brought in as Lenora's new like home caregiver, and Lenora is rumoured to have murdered her entire family however many years ago, a long time ago, when she was a teenager. That's all we've really got so far. We've ended up with Kit starting the job and starting to type out her story. So I'm gonna put effort into finishing this one, clearly. Like, I want to read it, but I'm not absolutely thrilled right now. We'll see. This just doesn't have the best reputation for Riley Sagers. So we have that one. But basically, I like just didn't want to read. I was watching Love is, not Love is Blind, Love on the Spectrum. I love Love on the Spectrum. I didn't realise there was a new season. And I had that up on my iPad and I was setting up my new journal because I had picked this journal up to use. And yeah, I'd started like putting things in, I'd stuck some stuff in, and then it was just really like aggravating me to have this giant journal. And I was like, I don't want to work with something this big. Like, I don't. So I set up a new journal, which is this tiny little one that will just fit about 2 months of my journaling. And I have like my cover page and my TBR ready. I have a page ready to talk about like what flights, all my flight information and packing lists and all that stuff. So I've set this up ready to use in May and June, and then that will finish that one off and I can start my next journal. But I just wanted something easy and quick to finish because I'm very, very behind in my journaling. So starting something this big that would take like 4 months, and then each page is like an entire, like that's a lot to write. So I thought I'd trade down. So I spent my evening doing that really. So that's what I got up to on Sunday night. But really that's kind of it. So I'm gonna roll into next week's vlog because I'm just about to start reading sprints. If you got to this point in the vlog, please leave me the skull emoji. This is giving me like death, intense horror vibes. Actually, all of the books I've read this week have been about death. The Dead Romantics, literally people die, there's ghosts. Forever Interrupted, her husband dies in like the first chapter, and now we're following a woman who's potentially murdered her entire family. So very different vibes of death, but all about death. So give me the skull emoji, please. On that note though, guys, thank you so much for watching this one. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.